Good morning, friends. This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I'm still on cloud nine thinking about my new little house. I can't call it a tiny house because we enlarged the plan, and so it's no longer a tiny house. You know, it's a smaller than this, but it's going to be Dustin said yesterday, he said, I'm so glad y'all are not moving into a tiny house. That would make me feel so bad. And anyway, I'm just still rejoicing in that. And I tell you what, I don't know what it is about shiny floors, but I dreamed. See, I have it's called a dust mop. And it's shaped kind of like this, and it's all fuzzy. And, you can just roll it under the couch and under the beds. And I literally dreamed. I told Kim it's maybe one of the stupidest dreams I've ever had. And I don't understand. So I think I still got the mind of a child, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But, I'm a giggler. I giggle and laugh about everything. Anyway, I'm going to tell you my dream. I had on my blue house dress, because I like to wear my house dresses all the time since y'all suggested I get them, and I did. So in my dream, I have on my blue house dress, and I could see myself just as well. And my short floors were so shiny, and I was going around to every bedroom, and I was just kind of dusting underneath the beds, and I'd turn and dust it under Papa's bed. Then I dusted all the room, and I just kind of pushed. And the dust, it sticks to the dust mop, sticks to the mop. So you literally have to get your mop to one place and kind of shake it. And I was just so happy, and I was giggling at myself in the dream because I was so happy. Now, there's got to be something wrong with my mind. So maybe that can tell you how bad I've been wanting to update my floors in this house. When we first, we've been in the house it's going on close to 40, maybe not 40, 35, 36, 37 years. I don't know. Anyway, we put linoleum down, actually we had it was a laminate flooring wood in our kitchen. And then, we had carpet that was put down professionally, and they made holes in our concrete so they could stick the carpet down into the, nail it down professionally the way they do. And then our first flood, guys, we had to rip up all that hardwood. That was hard. You had to get a pole peeler and literally scoot it up. And then pulling out the carpet, and then pulling out the padding that they put under the carpet. So we knew right then we were going to have to make some changes. We were not going to be able to have, laminate, wood type flooring, and we knew there'd never be any more tacked down, professionally put in carpet. But it wasn't bad enough that we didn't get linoleum. Now, somewhere in somebody's files of videos, there is a video of us putting down linoleum going from our dining room all the way through the kitchen. It was beautiful, and it was shiny, and I could clean that, and no problem. I could just dust around. It was awesome. But then when Harvey come, do you know what happens? Do you know how heavy linoleum gets when it's set under 5 foot of water? It gets pretty heavy, guys. And one of the hardest things we did in our house was pulling up saturated carpet and saturated floors. So then we knew, okay, well, we've just got to paint. Well, you're painting cement. Now, if we had thought, or if we could have afforded it, you know, Papa, he's a school teacher. School teachers don't make a whole heck of a lot of money. They get a lot of benefits, a lot of days off, but we're not rich. So I don't even know if we ever considered how much it would cost to do the floor with a professional paint and sealer. And some of that might have been we just wanted to hurry and get back in it. But Bree's floors over there in her garage are beautiful, and they're sealed, and she can just mop them and they're still shiny, you know. So I wax my concrete paint. I wax it and it looks good, but it takes a lot of wax to do the whole house like that. And so now, you know, we're down to just room size rugs, not even room size, just, you know, enough so the girls don't have to get up on cold floor. Y'all all know how my house is. But for some reason, I get so giggly when I think of shiny floors. And when I say shiny, I want you all to think of how a gym floor looks. And that's what I've got in my mind. Except we're having plywood, and you can see the knots. And if any of you, or if you're my age, you know what knotty pine paneling is. And that was my mom's dream when we built our house in Spurger, our new house. She wanted knotty pine paneling. And I know it was very expensive, and but Dad got it for her. And it was beautiful. Now, I know they don't use a lot of knotty pine paneling anymore. But if you take a sheet of plywood, it's just like a knotty pine paneling. And then if you shellac it, I guess the word shellac, is that the right word? Polyurethane. You know, if you put the shiny stuff on it, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And you know, since we did all of that plywood stuff in our house, it's never been painted because everybody got so tired of working, and you just want to go on with your normal life, and you don't think to well, I better run back down there and help G. And it's not in me. I don't know, I can't paint like this, but I think I could paint with a roller, and I just haven't done it either. But I am so excited about the floors. Now, y'all may think I am totally crazy. That poor G, she's off her rocker. But I get so giggly thinking about those polyurethane floors. I just get so excited. All right, so, listen, I wanted to say something. Someone said they started a GoFundMe for our house. And, you know, that's great. We are building a house. We would never start a project unless we could afford it. But, you know, there's always little things that you run into that you didn't put in your budget and stuff like that. So, extra money would be great, but don't feel like you have to. You know, I don't put out many videos. And we get paid. We get paid every time you watch a little bit of an advertisement. So you can say skip. As long as you watch it to there, we get money for that. So I don't make much money because I don't put out that many videos. But trust me, you are helping to build this house just by watching Pawpaw's videos. And I'm not going to say I'm going to start putting out more videos because my life, I'm a procrastinator. I put off things that aren't like, I really want to do this. And I got into that little, I'm not going to call it a whiny pot. I just got upset because everybody was, you were loving Pawpaw more than me. You were mad at me because I took away Papa's desk, which I didn't took away his desk. I just took away the room that it was sitting in. All right. So there's this movie. I know how this lady felt. It's called The Birdcage. It's one of my favorite movies. And it's with Robin Williams. And I don't know if you've ever seen it. You know, you don't have to condone everything you see in the movie, but the movie overall was so good. And at the last, everybody was going with everybody else, and here was this mother standing there, and she goes, well, somebody's got to love me most. And that's what I was thinking when everybody was hounding me. Poor Papa, you took away his office. Poor Papa, he doesn't have a desk. Poor Papa. And I thought, what about me? You know, why can't I have a flower room and he have his desk in there? And I said, somebody has to love me most. That's just the way that, and I could put myself in that woman's place right then. Anyway, that's beside the point. Every time you watch Papa's video, it gives him a little extra money. And that extra money is how we plan to build our house. So.
Hi, friends.
Okay, just a minute. I'll turn it to you. Okay now.
Hi, friends.
Good morning, friends. She's been eating what? A corn dog?
Yes.
And pretzels. Chips. Fritos. They're Fritos, right?
Yes.
They're your favorite corn chips. I love them too. And who had ball practice last night?
Me and Barbie.
Her and Carly had ball practice.
You might have a wall.
Well, wait. You've got chocolate on your on your nightgown, so don't stand up tall and show them how dirty you are, okay? Okay, never mind.
I got a wall.
Okay, tell our friends.
And go outside.
Yes, tell our friends where you're going to be living in a few months.
At this house.
At this house, and you'll be living where? Upstairs?
What?
Huh?
What the heck?
What the heck? I don't know. And then who's going to have a house over there?
You.
That's right. So anyway, they're excited about it too, I think, having the whole upstairs together. Jill wants to put the 3 girls upstairs, and then she's going to use what I use for their room. It's going to be stripped out, washer and dryer, everything will come out of there, and she's going to put that back to a nursery. So that way the nursery will be right across from their room. The first thing they're going to do, well, they're going to put a sink in the bathroom sink, and redo the bathroom and put the bathtub in and that stuff. And then Dustin said one of the most important things he's going to do is redo the kitchen. So I'm thinking, wow, that'd be awesome. Dustin is a cooker. He cooks. He loves to cook. He cooks all the meals. Even working all day, he comes home and cooks. And he loves to cook and he loves to eat. So, you know, I gave my stove away, so he doesn't have a stove. So that's one of the first things he'll have to do is get him a nice big stove. And he said he needs more prep space. And I always thought my kitchen was huge. My kitchen, I do not like a big kitchen. I've dealt with that kitchen. The only thing I love about my kitchen is Papa said how high you want your cabinets, and I go waist high maybe, and he used it to his waist. And I never have a backache because everything's tall and I can just stand there and cook. Even washing dishes, you never have to take that bent over position washing dishes. So, but he designed this house. I didn't. I just wanted a mobile home. When our house burnt down and he decided, I said, please, can we just go to a mobile home? No, we're building a log house. And we did. And he designed it, him and his mother. The only thing I changed was he was going to put the kitchen where our living room is. And I said, no, put the kitchen so you don't see it when you come in the door. And then he was going to put the door in the center And I said, no, put the door down here so we have a full wall to put our sofas on. So basically, that's the only thing I had a say-so in this house. Not that I haven't loved it and raised my kids here and raised my grandkids here. And now that we're older and we'll just have grandkids, and great-grandkids. So that's what I told y'all. I didn't want a closet in every room because, guys, I'm sorry, but for 40 years, I've used sheets for closet doors. And it's never bugged me enough to say, Jean, this weekend, I want you to build a closet door. It's never bugged me enough to do that. Or I'm sure he would have. But I just thought, I love this big closet that Papa built for me right inside the door. I love that one door. I can open that door, and I am so organized, guys. I can see everything in there. And I thought, if I had a clothes rod, he even used the kind of what do they call it? The braces that you put the cabinets on. He even used the kind that has a hook that come out so you can put the clothes rod in there. And I thought, in my new house, I just want one big closet. It's me doing the laundry. I put up his clothes. I hang up Lex's clothes. Lex has very few hang-up clothes anymore. The girls have no hang-up. It's just me and him that have hang-up clothes. Now, one thing I might miss is right inside our front door, we do have a coat closet. And I asked for that coat closet. And haven't asked for a coat closet in the new house. Maybe because I didn't think we'd have enough room. Because Kim told me to stop adding things. And one thing we are going to change, Kim said when she talked about the house, everybody said make your doors wider so you can get through with a walker or a wheelchair. Oh, that kind of put me, when she called me this morning and said that, Mom, people are suggesting, well, that's where we're going to spend the latter days of our life. I was in a wheelchair once when I had my hip surgery. I may be in if I ever have another hip surgery, or we don't know. We don't know what God has for us. And so why not, if we're building a new house, and make the doors bigger? I don't know how we would enlarge the bathroom, because we can enlarge the bathroom door with no problem, but I don't know. When we had my dad, my dad gave me a memory. He was in a wheelchair, but he probably didn't weigh 90 pounds. And I would pick my dad up, and then I would scoot him to the bathroom, because he would put his legs stiff like this, because he wouldn't do this walk motion anymore. And we always kept socks on him because he would be cold. So of course we had nothing on the floor, so I could just scoot Dad right into the potty, and Jean would lift him and set him in the bathtub on the stool. But I don't weigh 90 pounds, and my husband doesn't weigh 90 pounds, so that might not work with us hefty people. So yes, it probably would be a good idea, and I appreciate all y'all's input on that. We probably do need to make wider doors, and I don't know how to upgrade the situation in the bathroom. If we can get a wheelchair in the door. Some lady said she has to push her mom all the way into the shower, to give her the shower. Well, that would be a great idea, but I have to have a bathtub right now for when I have the Cashton and the little girls over, because if they stay the night, or sometimes I just have to stick them in the tub because they've got too much sand over them. right now I just have to turn the water on and let them scream as I shove them under it and pull them back out just to get the sand off. And if it's warm, then of course we use the water hose. But so I don't know exactly how all that's going to go, but we will be enlarging the doorways, and that won't be a problem because I want cabin doors on. And I don't know if you know what a cabin door is, but cabin door still goes on hinges and it just opens and closes. And that's the kind of doors I want. And I've already told Dad I don't want these doors with little knobs in them, and they're white and they get dirty. And you constantly have to clean them because they've never been painted, never been shellacked or polyurethane or whatever the proper word for that is. I just want cabin doors. So, and Papa does cool cabin doors. He puts little Z's in them and little trim at the bottom, and he makes some pretty little cabin doors. So that's what we have on our coat closet. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that cabin door or not, but I'm going to tell you something else and get off the house subject. I had to move some of my flowers out because I just didn't feel like they were getting enough sun. So these are all the caladiums that Coda and I planted from bulbs. Guys, they have gotten so big. Look, they're so heavy. And I never had caladiums in a pot. Oh my goodness. I've always had caladiums in the yard, and they've never gotten this big. So I don't know if I got giant caladiums or I don't know why they're so big. Maybe they needed sun, and my sunlight in there isn't strong enough, so they kept reaching to it and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't know. But I moved them out on the porch. Also moved my colas out here because I'm not going to show you. I didn't think it was getting enough sunlight. Now, I think I can't, guys, I've some of y'all have sent me plants. I can't remember what you sent. This one Coda brought out this morning. It's a little succulent and it looks so pretty. I don't know why she bought it. She just loves to move the plants around. She brought this one out here, but it's doing really good under the light in the house. And I think I brought my Christmas cactus out because I think I overwatered it, and the little stems are starting to get soggy, and I thought, oh Jesus, help me, I've done something wrong. Anyway, but somebody got me, and I love it. It's called a prayer plant. There, I remember, it's called a prayer plant. And the things kind of roll up in the afternoon like it's praying before night. It has done fabulous in there. I have so many new leaves. And somebody sent me these precious little, I think Dorothy sent these. I think it's called a goldfish plant, I think. And they have little leaves, so green. It's so pretty. And so far it's sitting and staying green. I can't see a lot of growth to it yet, but I don't know a lot about them, so I need to read some more. Anyway, I think I tend to overwater things. And I know it's worse to underwater than to overwater. Anyway, I still have so much in there, and it's such a peaceful little room. In fact, Stephanie said Sunday, she stopped and she said, you know, I just love this room. It's so peaceful. And it is peaceful, but you know, I only have room for one rocking chair in there. So only one person can sit in that little peaceful room. You can't sit in the peaceful room and talk to anybody because there's nowhere else to sit in there. So, and I've got my birds in there. The bad thing about having the birds in this room is I forget about them. And sometimes I'll hear them making a lot of racket and I think, oh no, I haven't uncovered the birds. I haven't fed them this morning. And when they're in the other room, you see them. So you say, oh, I got to uncover the birds. So anyway, I do not think I'm going to have a plant room in the other house. There is no room. But hopefully, you know, these peace lilies, you can get them in red. And I saw purple because when you walk in my doctor's office, they have this big room. And almost every plant, well, they have a big flower box. Almost every plant is green, but it's got some kind of a different colored flower in it. And it's just a beautiful room. So I'm thinking I could have kind of a mixture of, if I don't fill my rooms with furniture, I might could have a nice plant by the windows, stuff like that. But I don't know. But guys, I just want to tell you I'm so excited for my new house. And I'm just most excited about shiny floors, the shiny walls. We want to put plywood on the walls because we've lived in this one for 35 years and we're used to coming in the house and seeing the naughty walls and I guess you call them patterns in the logs. So when we have the plywood up, we get the same pattern and the same effect as being in the log home. So I feel like I should be doing something all these days, like maybe getting some totes and getting everything off the walls. And then I'm thinking, well, they haven't even gotten that building torn down yet. But once the building is down and the people come out, they do the house in 3 to 5 days. Of course, you can't move in. We have to do, I think the first step is the flooring. Just putting it down because you have to put down a second floor because it only comes with a subfloor. And then I think it's putting the insulation in the walls. And then putting in the moisture barrier. And then we can do the floors. I think then we do the floors. Maybe we put up the walls first. I don't know, but I am excited. And I'm excited for the house plans that we have. And Kim, it was very nervous. So we're all sitting around the table, me and her and Pops. And I would say, well, something. And she goes, listen, you let me tell you something. You're not going to have room for blah, 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 blah. So then we would change something so I could have room for blah, 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 blah. And I don't know. To get back to the third bedroom, there will be a tiny bit of a walkway, a hallway, and as many house plans as Kim's made and as many houses as we've built, Dad always told her, stay away from hallways. My mom, one of the last, you know, my mom and Dad built houses. My dad was fabulous at everything. And they had one called the mobile home house because it was long and it was narrow. So they called it the mobile home house. But Dad always said, don't put hallways. Hallways are wasted space. So Kim did that. And she said, look, we're going to have to go with just a little hallway right here. So, you know, Ben can get to his room and Lex can get to his room. We can also have a full wall here. So we're going to have a little hallway. So we're going to have to make sure that that hallway will be big enough for a wheelchair. So that's a good idea. I have my wheelchair upstairs. I didn't get rid of it after because someone sent it to us. It was so nice. And somebody sent us a great walker with the brakes on it back when I had my hip replacement. So I'm going to get that out. And that way we can just breeze through and see, oh no, this needs to be a few inches bigger, you know. So anyway, that's something. But I just don't know where to start. I've got my closet upstairs. Remember, guys, when Papa built the upstairs closet? It's so big. And because I don't go upstairs, I just send stuff up. Ben, put this in the closet. Put this in the closet. When I went up to vacuum up there the other day. I try to go up every 2 weeks and vacuum. That's not much, but no one's up there, right, except Lex. After he leaves, I have to go up and vacuum because he's dropped food on the floor and stuff like that. But I pulled the curtain back and I looked at that closet and I thought, what is this stuff? I've got things up there I don't even know what they are. And I picked one and said, is this a fan or a heater? Because I didn't know what it was. I just don't know where to start. I feel like if I had somebody with me, we could do it together. But who wants to go through, I don't know. And then where am I going to move it? I can't move it downstairs by myself. I can't make 100 trips down those stairs. I would not be able to walk the next day. So I'm thinking, fine, put him out on the balcony. Go blow off the balcony and pour some soapy water out there and get it good and clean and dust free. And then everything you don't want to keep, put it over here. And everything you do want to keep, I can just pile in the corner of Lex's bedroom up there. I'm thinking that would be good. That's a great idea. And then I think, well, I better go and buy me some totes. And then I'm thinking, I've got totes. It makes me mad at myself. If I'd used a strip of tape on totes, maybe y'all do this, but I will never do it again. If you just use a strip of tape on the top of your tote and write what's in it, then you don't have things that say fall written in a black marker, then curled out, and then Easter written under it. Then curl that one out and put Christmas or snowmen. So use a piece of tape, guys, on your totes. Then if you want to change it, you just rip that tape off, put more tape on, and re-tag your totes. So, all right, one more thing. It's on my mind. Well, it's not on my mind, but it's when I go upstairs and work. I have this bed. I bought it for Ellie when he moved upstairs. And it's teal in color. Guys, I love it. I don't know why I love it. And maybe I've told y'all this before. I don't know, because sometimes I get on a kick with that bed. And it's made like a box. It's tall. And then the mattress goes like this. Then both ends go up. Like there's not a headboard. There's a headboard and a footboard, but it doesn't matter which way you turn it. They're both the same. So when you sleep, you're sleeping, if you push it against the wall, and then you've got the head and the foot, and then just your mattress. And it'll work kind of like a day bed too, but if you have it against the wall, because you can put pillows on it. I love it. And I can't make myself get rid of it. And I'm thinking, could I put it in my bedroom and use it for my bed? But then Papa's just going to have a plain bed. So there I'm going to be with this. It's not fancy. I asked him, do you think I had one like this as a kid? Or is the kid in me in love with this bed? No one feels the way about it that I do. No one loves it. No one wants it. I took the mattress off to put on Coda's bed because we took her mattress and put on. When I got Ellie's bed, I bought 2 mattresses, just the same kind. They're firm. One went on his bed and one went on Lex's bed. And so now that's what Gene and I have on our, because we went to twin beds. But guys, I love that. I love that bed. And I'll send y'all a picture of it, or I'll video when I go up there. So I got to do something with that bed, and I'm just thinking, why couldn't I put it in my bedroom? So what if our beds don't match? It's going to be my new house. And I want it to look good, but why can't I have that bed? Or what if I gave that bed to Lex? But Lex is so long. I guess if Ellie fit in it, Lex should fit in it, but Lex is taller than Ellie. So there I go. I can make these mountains and completely fill my mind with stuff that isn't even important. It's like, why is G even telling us about this green bed? It's not green, it's teal. And then I'm thinking, I have a dresser that I'm fixing to redo. In fact, Bree told me she would help it. It's a nice dresser. Why couldn't I do the dresser teal? Then I'll have this bed teal and my dresser teal. That would be so pretty. In my mind, it would. I don't know. Kim can't help me with that because she don't know why I want that big bed, that bed anyway. But anyway, guys, I've talked for 35 minutes. But guys, what I'm going to ask you to pray for is Pawpaw. Not because he's not well, but he's got such a chore cleaning out that building. I don't know if he's ever taken y'all in there with him, but he doesn't like me to go over there. I can't even go walk around over there because I see stuff. And I'm thinking, God in heaven, help me to understand, why did he save this? You know, I don't understand. And he said, there's good stuff in there. People are going to want it. And I'm thinking, if he told me, go over there and take anything you want, there's nothing I would take. But in his mind, that is good stuff. So, you know, all of it's been flooded twice. And that makes it harder for him thinking, can I save this? Should I just get rid of this? The barn, I did tell you all about the barn, and Daniel has cleaned Jake's part of the barn. So the barn is completely empty, ready for Pops to put his things in it, which he never should have been kicked out of the barn anyway, but that was fine. He had this. So, pray for Pops, because it's going to take him forever to sort out what he wants to keep, what he doesn't want to keep. And I know that's going to be hard for him. I'm not a hoarder. I don't, you know what, after my mom passed away, my mom lived in a beautiful mobile home, and we gave it to Tony, and Tony pulled it down by his mom. But my mom's mobile home, it had the whole complete cabinet on this wall with her sink and everything there. But over here, on the opposite wall, she had sliding glass doors, patio doors, and then she had this huge thing of just shelves, top and bottom. And when I cleaned out my mom's house, this is no exaggeration, I had to have found 50 butter bowls. Butter bowls. Little ones, big ones, tubs. Some of them were sherbet bowls, sherbet tubs where you could get the tub of sherbet. Mom and Dad ate that all the time. I think, why did she save this? And I said she saved it because she grew up in hard times. You couldn't go and buy, you know, Tupperware for cheap prices. Now, I go to the home goods store and I get all of my bowls are kind of oblong like this, and they have little teddy bears on the lids. They're so cute. You know, you get 6 bowls for $3. They don't last forever, but I must have had 3 garbage bags full of butter bowls. After I cleaned Mom's house, I come down and clean my house. I got rid of purses, and because I'm thinking, and then, you know, something else, and this gets me kind of teary-eyed. Under my teal bed upstairs, I have 4 teal totes. And 4 of them fit perfect under the bed, guys. And it's teal, and it's teal. So, it's not unattractive. Oh, gosh. I don't know what to do with that stuff. 2 of them are keepsake boxes. I've kept things. I have drawings, pencil sketches that Kim did in high school. I've got things that I got from my grandma. I have my daddy's report cards. I have all these kids' report cards. I have Daniel's FFA jacket. I have Daniel's Little League football jersey. I have Dustin's Little League football jersey. I have Dustin's first little who wants that stuff? Who wants that stuff? The first little Christmas present. Kim was born on the 9th of December. And that's when a real popular movie was out, and it was about this lion, a family lion. Her name was Elsa, this little lion. It was about her growing up and all this. It wasn't a cartoon. Anyway, Dad found this little lion, went by himself to get his little daughter a Christmas present, and got this little lion and named her Elsa. And it's still upstairs in the keepsake box. I had Lester's hair from his first haircut, all these little blonde curls. But the last time I went through the keepsake box and it was in a Ziploc bag, his hair had deteriorated. It was like ash, and that broke my heart. So I had to throw that away. Daniel he always loved Tweety Bird. I've got Tweety Bird upstairs. He's missing one eye. But I have him, and when you pull his string, he goes, I thought I pretty cat. Because he's supposed to say, I thought pretty cat. But it still talks, but in Chinese, I think, or something. You know what? That would be a great video. Y'all would enjoy going through my keepsake box with me. I may do that. I've got a picture. I've got all these letters that Bree wrote me, and I laminated them, guys. I laminated this stuff because I thought I'd have it forever. I didn't know my life was going to go by so quick. And who's going to want this stuff? But I have this one awesome picture. You know, Buddy draws. Kim draws. Buddy made this picture of this woman running the vacuum. And then it's him at the desk. And coming out of his mind is these mean exclamation points, and it says, why doesn't she just leave me alone? And out of the woman's mind, it says, why can't he get up and get out so I can clean? I don't know. I've got poems that I wrote. It's Friday night. I'm all alone. No little boys to call my own. No little girl with pretty brown curls to hug me tight and kiss me goodnight. They had all gone somewhere for the weekend, and I was miserable. So I wrote a poem. I've got poems that I've written. I wrote one for Buddy when there's my keepsake box is full, but who's gonna want that? That's not important to probably anybody but me, unless I open my keepsake box, because I don't have it upstairs anymore. Where am I gonna put my stuff? My important stuff? I don't know. I could just clean it out. You know what? The best thing is find a corner, stack them up. They're all teal. They're all pretty. And when I die, they can just go through and take what's theirs. 'Cause I threw away so much stuff of my mom's. Who wants it? No one wanted it. Because it's important to her. And Mother kept, well, I don't know. Guys, oh my goodness, I've talked for 44 minutes. You can see my hair blowing, guys, and see my palladium just doing crazy things. I'm going to go now. I don't know what time it is. But it does say I've talked for 44 minutes. So y'all are going to get so tired of watching me. But I'm going to start to come back on and do more videos and pester y'all and talk about nonsense. And I don't want to leave without saying how much God loves you. And you know, like I said last time, when we feel alone, it's always because we leave God. It's not because God leaves us. And I just want you to pray for Papa, that he will have the strength and the endurance that he's going to need to clean out that building. I think once the building comes, then we're going to have a little bit of a slab poured out there. And then it'll take them 3 to 5 days to do our house. They will give us some kind of stairs to get up the 4 foot to the house, but we want to make a ramp so it'll be easy walking for both of us. I can walk forever uphill, but I can't bring my legs to walk up the stairs. So, guys, I'm really excited. I don't want to have any more giggly dreams, because when you wake up giggling and then you realize you wake up giggling, then you want to laugh at yourself. So with Pawpaw, you know, right there in the other bed and everything, I have to put the pillow over my head and laugh so I don't wake him up laughing. Because if he wakes up and says, "What are you laughing about?" and it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to say, I'm laughing because I'm running the dust mop over my shiny floors. How does that sound? That don't sound good. Guys, I love y'all. Pray for us. I haven't read or commented on all of the past comments, but I did see a couple of people that needed prayer. Please know that I pray for you every morning when I get up. I talk to God about things. If it comes to my mind, I talk to God all day long. I do a lot of praying for myself. And Dad tells me I'm so impatient, but we're going to get that new baby in June. It's going to be hard for Jill and I both to be upheaved. So, well, we're not going to be in the house by June. I can guarantee that. But if we could be in our house by July the 21st, when she has her first surgery, then, and when I come out of here, everything's going. I guess everything will go in totes, and that stuff off my walls, and little by little, I'll just take that out and put it where I think it needs to go. And it's going to be rough, but it's an excitement, a rough, like an exciting rough time, not a dread it so much rough time. But all right, guys, I am gonna go. I love y'all so much. Pray for me. Pray for other followers. Pray for Pawpaw. Pray for Bennett, because Pawpaw and Bennett are gonna have to be working together. And now, yesterday, Kim and I were on the porch, and we could see Bennett laughing at Pawpaw, so that's good. But sometimes Pawpaw gets, if his anger mode kicks in, you do not want to be around him. So, pray for Bennett that he will be big boy and be a help to Pawpaw. And that Pawpaw, he's getting around much better since the doctor put him on this new medicine. So, guys, we all need prayer. Everybody needs prayer. And just the thought in the back of your mind, somebody's praying for me. It just gives you strength to just go on and do a few more things, because we've got some tiring work, even though it's tiring. And I think the hardest time we're going to have with the house, where we'll need the most help, is the ceiling. I think once the ceiling is in, Pawpaw and Kim can just zoom from there. Now, Lester, he doesn't have time, so he said, "Mom, I'll pay somebody to do something, because I can't do it. My knees hurt and I don't have time." So, but once we get the ceiling in, I think everything else for us will be manageable. And I'm excited, and Pawpaw's excited. And he keeps coming up with his own ideas too. So, oh my Lord, his worst idea is he wants a wood heater. Find me a place to put my wood heater. And then Ben keeps pushing, "Pawpaw, you have to have a wood heater." I hate our wood heater. I hate it. Anyway, that's beside the point. I need prayer. I've got to either find a good argument for no wood heater, or I have to accept the fact that we will have a wood heater. So that's hard. All right, guys, I love you so much. I'm going to go now. I haven't even checked on Coda. She went back to her room. She's having she was outside for a lot of the morning. It was sunshiny. And, but she's gone back to her room now, and she's got her computer, and I guess she finished her lunch. So I am going to go. And I love y'all, and I thank you so much for listening to me. I guess I'm venting today. It's good when you've got a couple of thousand people you can vent to, and I'm happy about that, and I'm thankful for every one of y'all. And I'm thankful for Papa's YouTube channel, because it's you watching his ads and his videos that are giving us the financial way that that we can build this new house. And praise God, when we figured it all up, it's going to come in a lot cheaper than we wanted to do. Now, we haven't figured in pouring slab yet, or we're not going to have central air and heat. That's another long story. I'll wait for another day. Guys, I love you so much. Have a great rest of the day.